Heard a lot about this show, the ExCandidates.
This has been a pretty thorough interview.
These institutions which we've been told to respect and trust are actually completely untrustworthy.
Have you confirmed that you are negative before attending tonight if you are unvaccinated?
I still see people with masks on and driving, and they're in the car by themselves.
So you can pay my electricity bill, you thinking that was spared.
We're teaching them about what it means to be a pansexual instead of teaching them how to do your taxes.
It's no for me. I say no to the voice.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the ExCandidates. My name is Stephen Tripp, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Adam Zara. How are you tonight, Adam?
I'm pretty good, Stephen. How you going, mate?
You're on location?
Always on location lately. People think I'm a rich politician floating around the area, but I'm really not.
You look like you're in an office in Canberra in Parliament House or something.
Oh, well, that's where I'm at. Yes, I'm in Canberra in my not collared t-shirt with my jacket on, and I'm it's nice and cold down here.
Well, it's a good place to be because on tonight's episode we're going to take about an hour to discuss the history of Ukraine and Russia.
Oh,
no, we're not.
An hour.
Sorry, that was a bad joke. Most people won't get that reference, but
no, but the people who matter will.
People on the inside.
On the inside, that's what I mean.
Tonight we will actually be breaking down the results of the New South Wales state election. The results have been finalised, especially the votes in the upper house were finalised on Thursday. And this man was there. Now, we've often referred to him as our behind-the-scenes pollster, or, we just mentioned Sam, but here he is, Sam Buono.
Good evening, I should say, Stephen, and good evening, Adam. How you going, mate?
Good, mate. How you going, Sam? All right?
Good. Nice to finally catch up in here in this little dot box. I'm fat and ugly, and I can barely match into the row here. It's only 1 foot tall. It's only about a metre long.
Is this your first time on camera?
Almost, yeah.
I'm going to put a language warning in here right now. So don't let the kids watch, because what happens is when we're all behind the scenes and we're all doing our thing, guess what? We all swear and carry on like adults do. So you'll probably cop a little bit of that tonight, viewers. So it's probably not good for kids, this one.
I'll try and contain myself.
In fairness, most people won't know who Sam is because he likes to be behind the scenes, but wait till he fires up, and there might be some F-bombs and things. Definitely stick around with this one because we are actually going to explain a lot of things with the voting system. I'm sure, Adam, you get the same. We get constantly asked questions about the voting system, the preference system, who's One Nation preferencing, blah, blah, blah. And I always say to them, look, it's up to you. You're the one, the voter has the pen in the hand, and it's your decision who you put down on the ballot paper. And also in the New South Wales election, it's optional preferential voting as well. So it's a different system to the federal election. And of course, we've discussed the Victorian system in the past, which is completely different. And I'm sure they're different all the way around the country. We won't get into that tonight, but Sam, we'll look at the results of the Legislative Assembly first, which is the lower house. That's where the government gets elected.
Correct.
We now have a Labor government, but they're a minority government.
Correct.
So what does that mean?
Well, basically, they're 2 seats short of a full majority. So therefore, he has to negotiate parts of legislation.
You're talking about Chris Minns.
Chris Minns, the Premier of the Labor Party, he's in minority government. So he's got about 10 or 12 crossbenchers. And what he's done is he's eliminated one person already. And he's put a bloke called Greg Piper as the Speaker.
So Greg Piper is the independent for Lake Macquarie.
The independent member for Lake Macquarie. He's a very popular person up there. He's sitting on about 25% margin. So he gets over the line after his first one called out every night. Election night is over the line and won the first person to win the seat. He gets about 60% of the vote. So I don't know what his formula is, but he's a very, very popular ex-mayor of Lake Macquarie Council.
Okay.
Yeah, so to go back to this, Labor or anyone needs to get to 47 to get a clear majority. Labor's got to 45, so they need 2 votes from somewhere.
That's right.
They can get now. The Greens have 3 lower house, members.
So,
one in Newtown, one in Balmain, and one in Ballina.
Correct.
and there's 9 independents. So that's the 12 that you referenced to.
That's correct.
Where do you think the votes will come from?
Well, I think what happened with Gillard and Rudd, Gillard when they were in minority government in 2010, they did a deal with the Greens, and it went like down like a lead balloon with the Labor movement or the Labor people in working class areas. So what they'll do, I think this is my personal opinion. I've got no inside info on this one. If they need to do a deal, but I'm just saying the media portrayed that it was a one nation event.
It was horrendous, the media, and obviously Adam and you and I, we're all on the inside. And to watch that media coverage
was shocking.
You know straight away. You don't even know the full circumstances of
it. Was a hit job.
You know straight away it was all garbage.
It was a hit job.
It was a hit job.
And to be truthful, some of the pollsters got it wrong. Like that. Remember we said that the Red Bridge polling, who's run by who Holmes at Court uses. Now, we said we're supposed to be polling 12% in Parramatta and 15% in Penrith. Well, we only got half of it. So where did that stop? Where was the momentum? And I think it took them 24 hours. They hammered it. They hammered it. It was a one nation event. There was Latham there. Mark went to Cessnock and said, we're not backing down. I was my democratic right saying I'm not going to back down there anyway and all that sort of stuff. Which he did the right thing as the party structure. But what happens is that people who vote went Thursday, Friday, Saturday is what's called maybe, I think this is is the bottom 25% of the people who don't know anything about politics.
Now, I can tell you something about that.
Maybe some people said, I was going to vote for one nation. It was
See, this is an issue that MK brought up. We're living in a post-truth world. So, it doesn't matter what the truth is. It's all about emotion. So, as you're saying, there's a bottom 25% that don't follow anything. They don't know what the issue is.
And if the media portrayed that it was a organised event and the people who are protesting or fighting against these 15 alphabet activists, that said, hold on, what's One Nation doing there?
Yeah. And as
quite full well he know that it was not a One Nation event. He was invited. I went to some of his events. I went out to
several of them. I
went to Bonnyrigg. There was another one, and I went to Bonnyrigg with 2 weeks out. All that sort of stuff. And he went to one at Wyong 3 days before that. No, nothing was said a word.
No.
And how do these activists probably live in Newtown? They would have needed GPS to get to Belfield because they wouldn't have heard Belfield in their lives.
Yeah.
And as they say, a lie gets halfway around the world before the truth gets its pants on. So that's the issue.
And next thing you know, Wednesday morning, Greenwich gets off his backside and said he's a vile human being.
Right. This is the thing. Now, no one ever said
Greenwich out. That's the thing. No one's called Greenwich out. Although the girl from the Herald did say that Greenwich said that he was a vile human being. He was disgusting him, whatever it is.
Disgusting.
And she did point it out, but never got him going and stuff like that.
No, never took off, right? So what happens is one person's now think about this, okay? One person is crucified for saying one person's disgusting for a certain act, okay? And then another person is crucified for saying somebody went to church.
That's right. Well, he is. Greenwich is
anti-Christian. We know that.
They had that committee. Mark and Tanya Mahalik were on that religious committee.
Yeah.
Do you know that Greenwich and Jenny Leung wrote another report, a separate report,
like a committee report?
Yeah, the main committee put their recommendation in, and they wrote their own report. Basically saying nothing's wrong with it, and we're not going to go with it. No. And that's what happened.
And they were the only two that voted against it.
Well, they put a separate report in.
It was a multi-party committee. You had members of every political party in there, and Jenny Leong and
Jenny Leong and Alex.
And how did they have enough pull to do it? How did they have enough pull to stop something like that?
They didn't. They didn't stop it, but they made the point that we definitely don't. They didn't just vote against it and just keep quiet. They made a point. They put an exclamation mark on it. All right, Sam, thank you very much for this.
Pleasure. I'll come back sometime again. When they've got no one else, they'll get them and call me up again.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happened.
It's been a pleasure.
Did you enjoy it?
2 hours. I'm only just getting started, son.
Well, this is fun. We spend 45 minutes on the phone with him each at minimum. So and
I really enjoyed it.
Anyway, Sam, so if people have really enjoyed listening to you, they obviously didn't know who you were, or maybe they did, and they want to follow you or ask you some questions. Maybe they've got some questions about their own party, or
Just Facebook me. Sam Buono at Facebook. There's not many Sam Buonos around, so.
Thank you for joining us in the sauna.
It is a sauna in there. Don't worry, boys. You think this is a big room? It's about 1 meter by 1 meter. There's no air conditioning, and I'm sweating like a pig. You know.
All right. Thank you, Adam, as always.
Thank you.
Thanks for your commitment. Even though you're on holidays, you've just done 2 hours. So,
well, good. That's all right. Good to see you, Sam.
Cheers, mate. Keep in touch.
And hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Please, we're starting to get a little bit of traction out of Twitter and Rumble. So if anyone can, share our stuff out, please do so, because it helps us a lot. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.